Also coming up, interesting new sport. Anybody up for a little tennis?
Always.
That's not the new part about it, but one thing is it's not the game that we're used to. There's a new way of playing the game. It's called pop tennis, a sport where anyone can play, any age. You just jump on in, and Savannah, this is your sport.
Oh, I'll have to check that out. All right, cool.
Now to a new form of tennis that's quickly gaining in popularity. It's called pop tennis, and it's a new take on a classic sport. Today, lifestyle and fitness correspondent Jenna Wolf is here to tell us all about it. Good morning, Jenna.
Good morning. Natalie said this was for you. Trust me, this is the sport for you. No, it's for all of us. So if tennis is too big for you, big court, big racket, big expense, and ping pong is too small, small court, small racket, you get the idea, then let me introduce you to the perfect mid-sized game coming to a town near you. It is called pop tennis, and as you will soon see, it's very appropriately named. If ever a sport was defined by its sounds, it's pop tennis, with an emphasis on pop.
So pop tennis as in pop art, pop entertainment, pop culture. The ball pops off the racket, as you will see, it makes a popping sound.
Meet the king of pop. Pop tennis, I mean, Kenny Lindner. By day, he is agent to a few familiar faces, but by nights and weekends, he's the president of the U.S. Pop Tennis Association. If it looks a lot like paddle tennis, that's because it is. Lindner wanted to pluck his favorite sport from the well of similar games: platform tennis, table tennis, racquetball, wiffle ball, pickleball. The result? Pop tennis.
What we're trying to do is rebrand it so that we can make this a national and international sport.
So what's the appeal? Think tennis, only smaller. Smaller court, smaller racket, and on the day we visited, smaller people. This is Avatar Duong, 9 years old and already turning heads in the sport. And then I'll be a great pop tennis player. Same scoring rules as tennis, but here you serve underhand instead of overhand, and the ball is punctured with a hypodermic needle to slow it down. The result? A broad appeal.
So a 5-year-old can play?
Yeah,
Can
absolutely.
a 6-year-old play?
A 92-year-old play.
But can a 7-year-old play?
7-year-old.
Can an 11-year-old play?
No.
The personality, courtesy of one half of the Dorner twins, Scott and Austin, former top national collegiate tennis players, now the current #1 pop tennis doubles team in the country.
We love it. I mean, the more noise, the better. There's music going on. There's bikes going past. You know, look at our crazy colors. I mean, there's no white Wimbledon here. So, you know, that's kind of the appeal for us.
And for others looking for tennis light?
I love it because it's incredibly competitive.
So I put my below average skills to the test against the best of the best because, well, why not?
She's ripping it.
First impression, the shorter game made it easier to play. As for the shorter tips,
don't step over the line because it's called a foot fault.
You and your fancy rules.
not so much.
That's it.
Sorry. Sorry.
Come on! Let's go!
You're good.
No
Really good.
showboating
Really
whatsoever.
good.
Okay, so what does the future of pop tennis look like? Just like the current pop tennis, but in the future. No, because of pop court tennis.
I like you set up your own joke and then you give the punch. That's fantastic.
You're headed to the Catskills right after this.
The court is 2/3 the size of a regular
missed
court.
this.
You missed? Did you? So you can have more of them, more in schools, more parks, and then obviously the goal is to eventually, as it gains in popularity, maybe get it.
So the takeaway here is that you're nationally ranked now.
Yes. If you want to take.
You look good out there.
Thank you very much. So this is the racket. It's as they describe it, buttery. It's a soft middle, sort of, and so there's a really great pop sound. Anyone can pick it up, young, old, and
Are
it
they
really
easy to
helps
find?
it helps your tennis game a lot. If you can get good at this on the smaller court and the smaller dimensions, this is the way to go.
It seems like a very fast game.
It's a fast game, but you still have an opportunity to move around since it's a smaller court. So
and it's the same rules as regular
same rules
tennis.
except for serving underhand instead of overhand.
Wow.
You're a California guy.
Service.
Yes, we see a lot of this out there.
Do they have
It's
them
a
out
lot
here?
of fun. They're coming. They're on their way out.
Okay,
You're
good.
gonna see them soon.
Okay, I want to play.
Thank you.